Hello, Jackson. My, but you're pale and thin. What's the trouble? Why, you look as if you'd just come off a sick bed.
I just come out of the hospital.
No, you mean the hospital.
Yes, that's it.
Why, what was the trouble?
I had an operation formed on me.
What was the nature of the operation?
The doctor said I had a pin in the cedar.
Oh, no, you mean appendicitis.
I know he cited it anyhow.
Well, was the operation successful?
Oh, yes, but I had an awful lot of trouble.
How was that?
Well, you see, the doctor, he cut me open, took out the situs, and then he sewed me up again. Now, he says, I guess you'll be all right, but nevertheless, I'll come around tomorrow and see how you're getting along. So the doctor come around the next morning. He was all excited. He says, I'm sorry, but while operating on you last night, I forgot to remove the sponge from the incision. So he went to work, cut me open, took out the sponge, and then he sewed me up again. Now he says, I'm pretty sure you're all right, but I'll call around tomorrow and see how you are. So he came around the next morning, and he says, how do you feel? I says, very good, doctor. Well, he says, I'm sorry, but I left my operating scissors in the incision. So he cut me open, took out the scissors, and sewed me up again. Now he says, I think you'll be all right, but I'll call around tomorrow and see how you are. So he came around the next morning. He said, how do you feel this morning? I said, scandalous, doctor, scandalous. Well, he says, I'm very, very sorry indeed. He said, while sewing you up last night, I forgot to remove the needle from the incision. So he went to work, cut me open, took out the needle, and was just going to sew me up. When I says, never mind sew me up this time, doctor. Just put a button on it. Oh, there was a poor fella next to me. He was worse off than I was. My, they brought him in pieces. And when they got him all patched up, the doctor come in, and he noticed he had but one eye. He called the nurse over, and he says, where is it, and how is it this man come in here? He had two eyes. Now he's got but one. What's become of his other eye? The nurse says, that's all right, doctor. His other eye is out on the veranda reading the morning paper.
Well, I had a strange experience since I saw you last. I just come out of the hospital.
What is the matter with you?
Well, you see, a short time ago, I went to the Hibernian Fall, and during the evening, I made the mistake of my life.
Well, how was that?
Well, during the progress of the dance, there was a lot of Hibernians down to the end of the hall. They were making a lot of noise. So I quietly walked down amongst them, and I hollered out 3 cheers for the APAs.
Whoa.
And that's all I remember. When I was restored to consciousness, I was in the hospital, in a nice little bed, and there was a nurse bending over me and saying, swallow this. Oh, she was a beautiful girl, pink eyes, brown cheeks, yellow hair, and scarlet lips. Venus was a bale of hay compared to a perfect figure.
Oh, livery.
First she took my temperature, then she took my watch. Then she would come every afternoon and sit by my bedside and read chapters of American history from the Bartender's Guide.
Whoa.
Then she would bathe my fevered brow for hours, and then crack nuts on my head with a hammer. Oh, never will I forget those delightful moments. At last I was cured, and the morning I was leaving the hospital, I asked this girl to become my wife. Then she told me the whole story. She said she was a rich man's daughter, and only nursed the sick people just for the sake of doing it. Now she says that you know I'm worth millions. I know you will not marry me, although I love you dearly. And just at that moment, I woke up.
Oh, it's a good thing you couldn't sleep forever.